Be very careful when you ask the Holy Spirit for confirmation because it's very, very important that you have an actual relationship with God and that you're not just taking any voice that you hear in your head as confirmation, especially with the lot of these prophets and prophetesses coming up. I see a lot of people arguing in their comment section, certain ones more than others. And you'll have one person who says, well, the Holy Spirit told me this and confirmed what this prophet said to me. And then on the other side, you have somebody saying the totally opposite, saying that they asked the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit confirmed the opposite to them. But both of y'all can't be right because you're saying totally different things. So somebody's off. And I'm not saying this to judge anybody, but there are some people who say they're getting confirmation from the Holy Spirit, but they don't read their Bibles. They only pray when it's convenient. They don't really know their scriptures. And again, I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm not trying to say somebody's a terrible Christian because they do or don't do certain things, because that's not how we receive our salvation. That's not the measure that we are judged by in God's eyes. But what I am saying is that the closer you are to God, the clearer you can hear his voice and the stronger your discernment will be. And going to church, of course, or serving on the worship team doesn't mean that you have a relationship with God necessarily, because shoot, even witches can do that. Like there's some witches who go to church under the guise of being a Christian and they fool everybody. So like we can't, like I said, go off of works, like things that we are doing. But it's necessary to, if you want to have a relationship with God, if you want to have a strong relationship with God and reap the benefits of that, which is increased wisdom and discernment, then it's important that you are doing the things necessary to have that relationship with him and to gain those benefits. Because if you're not as close to him as you should be, then it becomes harder to discern a lot of the voices around you. And those voices can unfortunately include the enemies. So I think that you should still ask God for confirmation, ask the Holy Spirit for confirmation. But I think that you should also overall ask him to help you hear him more clearly. I think you should ask him to teach you how to read the scriptures and gain a deeper understanding of his word. I think that you should ask him to strengthen your discernment overall, because hearing the voice of God is like training a muscle. So it requires consistency. It requires dedication to knowing and understanding the things of God. And most of all, it requires humility and submission to God. And this is because God is a gentleman. He's not going to force you to do his will. But when you make the consistent effort to study his word and listen to him, then you will hear him more clearly.